Hi, I'm Laura-PereiraMalone, an independent Stampin' Up! Representative from just outside of Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm here today with my first video, what I'm calling a business card lip balm holder. For me, this was a game changer. I've made these in the past. I know there's a lot of patents out there for them, but I added 2 pockets inside for business cards. As you see, I'm a Stampin' Up! Representative and an Avon representative. And that works out to my advantage because I hand these out to customers that I meet along my way. So whether I'm in a drive-through or if I'm in shopping like I was this past weekend and meet up with somebody, I can give them these little cuties with all my information, and I'm still making contacts. So this past weekend, this little cutie here, well, maybe not this pattern, but one of these little cuties got me a sale for 50 of these little containers. Right up here now in Boston, we're not allowed to have craft fairs yet. I don't even think we're could have yard sales yet. So for me, getting out and handing out these like I did at the deli this past weekend, and I gave it to a lady and I said, please enjoy, because on the back I have information about my business besides the business cards. And I said, call me if you have any questions. Well, she did. She called me and said, can I make these for her? She loved it. She's a realtor, so she's trying to sell houses. She don't have time to make these. And she purchased my Avon lip balms and my holders. So for me, it was just like being at a craft fair, but I didn't have to spend the money on the table. And I'm making something to sell right away. So I'm going to show you how I did it. I have different patterns of paper. This is past paper that I had left from my Stampin' Up! It's all DSP, very beautiful paper. This is some paper that's going to be discontinued. The paper is just gorgeous. I can't say enough about our designer series paper. It doesn't really crack. I'm going to just leave these there because I know a lot of people like to see what we're making. This is another one I made with tulips. Isn't that beautiful? And this paper now is called Flowers for All Season and is actually on sale in our clearance aisle for only $6.60 for 48 sheets. I believe it's 48 sheets, 6 by 6. And I'm going to take this up. And it doesn't take much cardstock to make these either, which is nice. You can actually get 4 of these out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11. Now I've already cut this paper in half at the 5.5 because it's 11 inches wide. I cut it in half at 5.5, and I'm now going to cut it at 3 3/4. If you miss any of the measurements, please don't worry. I'm kind of new to video. This is my first time doing a video, whereas I got my camera, I guess, in the wrong spot for all my goodies on the side here. But it's only a minute of cutting, so it's okay. And let me replace that. I do, that's a cute word, Zoom classes approximately 3 nights a week. I have 2 nights that are Thursday and Sunday night right now. And in between each craft project, be it a paper pumpkin, because I have paper pumpkin members, or just us getting together and learning a new technique, we play bingo. So my girls love to play bingo, and the prizes they win are phenomenal. They get things they need to make crafts, or they get craft projects, or different things like that. It's no money turning around, and of course it's free because you're my customer. So they love it, and my downline gets to bring in their people as well, and I take care of all the little prizes, and nothing's really big value, but it's just the fun. And if you're new, it kind of like makes it easy learning. You know, nobody's better than anybody else. It's just good. So what I'm doing here is I took that 1 inch that was left over from that piece, and I'm actually going to get 2 of these cut at 2 3/4. If my card over there will let me do it. And if you hear any traffic, I apologize. This is as quiet as it's been for days. It's only because it's raining. We're getting a nor'easter up here. Some areas are actually getting snow, if you can imagine. Let's see. I have some scrap of that beautiful paper, but I don't think it's big enough. Nope, it's not that piece. Let's see. Nope, I'll have to get another piece out of the package, which is located. I did everything but grab the package. Okay. Thought I had it here. I was showing it last night. Did I stick it in the drawer? Sometimes I'm like the absent-minded professor because I got 4 projects I got doing. We're going to be making wreaths and whatnot, so I'm kind of like trying and erroring out my own recipes here. You know what? I am going to wing it because I can't reach anything. I'm going to make this one just a little different. This one is using a 2 by 3.5 inch piece. It usually calls for 2 1/8, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. And I wanted to try this anyway, so I'm going to do that. And that's in that beautiful flowers. So the pocket's going to be 2 by 2 as well. Okay. Which shouldn't really, 1/8 of an inch shouldn't really make that much difference, I hope. I'm really doing this on the sly here. You know, I'm trying to get it done before the house gets noisy. I mean, I have a business beside me. Yesterday, the UPS driver came, and I have a cat that likes to sneak out on you. Well, I got all excited because it's like Christmas when the UPS driver shows up. And it was yesterday because I got my Stampin' Up! Pre-order in. When you become a Stampin' Up! Representative, you get to pre-order the stuff for the new catalogs. I'm going to get this out of the way because they're just in my way. I have so many made. These are, I'll tell you honestly, I'll be very honest, these were all the mistake videos just for the last 2 days because at one point the phone would ring or something would happen and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So now I got my 5.5 by 3 3/4 and I want to score this down to 2 3/8. So there's the 2, 1, 2, 3/8. So it's the line right after the quarter. And I'm going to turn it completely around and do it again. 1, 1, 2, 3, and 3/8. That's all the scoring. Now where I just scored and made the indentation, that's going to be my inside. And I'll explain why in a moment. Then the only other piece I have to do is the belly band, which is 1 inch by 2 3/4. And I'm going to score this at 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the line right after the halfway mark. And I do this just like this. I teach my ladies, you know, because unless you're a stitcher, how often do you really use measurements during the day? I mean, I have to double check when I'm mixing my vegetables or making a cake or whatever. Double check, okay, I only have a 1/2 cup and now it needs, you know, I do that. So I double check myself all the time and I like to do that in my classes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So tomorrow we get to have our on tour virtual event. And I'm all excited. My girls are all excited. Besides my downlines getting gifts because they're all involved in it, so aren't my people that attend my classes. So I got quite a few cards and things to make out. So now what I'm going to take is I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to grab some pool party ribbon because I think that goes real pretty with it. And I did have it out. Here it is. And you need about 9 to 10 inches worth of ribbon, I estimate. Okay. And what I'm going to do is flip this cardstock over to the front. So now to know it's the front, it's got the bumps. And I'm going to take some glue dots. And my trusty old glue dots. Well, I was telling you that I put a little card on the back of this, which saves on Designer Series paper. I'm moving this in about a 1/2 inch from the edge. And what I do on the back, I'm going to repurpose the one I have already on there. I'm changing it up again. I give them information about both businesses, how I do Zoom classes for skincare and Zoom classes for my crafts. And I do fundraisers by Zoom classes as well. So if somebody wanted to run a fundraiser, I make up packages for that. And of course it twisted. It always has its way. Here we go. It's upside down. What I'm going to do, even though it's upside down, I'm going to put it still the 1/2 inch in, even though it's twisted. So what I'm going to do after I put the front on, I want to put the front on. So I got my piece of paper. It'll be just a little bit wider than narrower. I'm using my, I have my Tombow glue. And I like that for gluing when I'm going to kind of smush it around a little, make sure it's in the right place. There really isn't no rhyme and reason with these flowers, even though sometimes it feels like there is. The outside is gorgeous too. You really got to check it out on the website because it's of great value. Right now, there's a lot of great values because we're changing catalogs. So May 5th, our new catalog comes live. This glue needs to be replaced. And there's some beautiful pattern paper coming out, but at this time, you could still grab some of what we have from before. Isn't that pretty like that? Later on, I'll add my label on the front and my information card on the back. And I make that on an Avery app, and I use cheap cardstock from like Michael's or even Walmart, because their cardstock's light enough that it'll go through my printer, whereas ours is too heavy to go through the printer. It'll just get stuck and I can't get it out. So I don't use ours in there because it's a heavier weight cardstock. That came out beautiful. And I put my information here. Like I said, I always say, please enjoy my Avon lip balms, and please check out my websites. And if you're interested in skincare, craft classes, and everything, I hold them on Zoom. Watch me live on Facebook. And I put all that information on there. And I put information about, like I say, fundraisers. I enjoy doing fundraisers, and I'll be doing another one coming up. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking this ribbon, even though it's twisted, it's still the same length because I'm putting the two edges together. And I find, oopsie daisy, I find this works out better. Okay, so I live up here in New England, and being that said, my stamp team, I do have a team. This is the flowers I can do either side. I'm taking the triangle pieces I just cut for the pockets, and I'm using Designer Series paper. When I first started, I was using cardstock, and I figured out if I use the scrap of that, I can literally get 3 out of a 6x6 now with the 2-inch, and I still get my pockets made out of Designer Series paper, which uses less cardstock, so that's why I can get 4 out of the way I'm cutting it. And I like to stretch my products out as, you know, and use up my scraps and whatnot. So that works for me. But I'm up here, and my stamp group, you know, being a Stampin' Up! Representative is awesome. I know you probably, there's some people complaining about it. I know, you hear people. And even Avon, I don't mind being an Avon representative. I'm a 3rd generation Avon representative. My grandmother sold during the Depression. So Avon's in my blood. But, you know, this was always my hobby. I started 10 years ago. I had some friends that purchased, but I never wanted to build a business. But then when the pandemic hit, I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I need to find some friends to stamp with. It wasn't a case where I wanted to build a business. I just wanted to stamp with friends. And then this past year, things changed. I enjoy using it as a business. But whether you're just one of the girls in my group that signed up to get a discount, because you can do that without having to build a business like I did, or you want to build a business, it's all up to you. Now, if you're a crafter and you're going out to purchase things to make for a craft fairs, when we get back to them, maybe our area already does it, there's no better way to buy it than in a discount. And what's really nice with the Stampin' Up! Paper, everything matches. So when I take orders like this lady from the real estate office, she loved the she loved the, what's this called, Magenta Madness paper. And I told her, well, I can't get all the sheets the same color for the flowers. And she's like, that's fine. So I showed her what I had. So I got some more of the paper from this pack, and with the tulips and that, and she loved the other one, and I told her these all went. And then she said to me, well, you know, there's men in my office. And I said, oh, yes, we have masculine paper. We have masculine stamps. So, like, if they wanted it with golfing, I could do something with golfing or fishing on theirs or, you know, anything else. So she's handing these out to people that she meets now, or will be handing them out. So she took the first 50, and she's ready. She's going to be ready pretty soon, she says, to get the rest. You know, once those are out, she's thinking, and then the people in her office are going to want them. So basically, that's it, other than putting the little label on the front. And I'm going to use it. This one is no longer available, but that's okay, because what is available and coming out is one that layers. Now I just got to find a piece of white paper. I don't want to waste a whole sheet. Of course I'm going to have to. And I didn't think of that when I took out the paper. Let me see. What do I have handy? Nope, that ain't handy. Of course not. I never have anything ready. Oh, my goodness. When you're making movie after movie, you think, okay, I got this. And then all of a sudden you go, uh-oh, I forgot to bring something else out. So as a result, like I was saying, it's great because that way, if you do get an order to make products, like I've made gift baskets and such, I will show you a sample of one of my other ideas that I build my business with. Here's a piece of stamp. And what's great is I turn around and I make gift baskets for my customers. So now whether they're buying hand sanitizers or maybe they need gifts for a bridal shower, we will be getting back to those hopefully. I can supply them with favors for that as well, with actually both of my businesses. I'm going to put the cover on this for a minute. I don't want it to glue up on me. I'm looking for my stamp. And I'm using a stamp set I love that during celebration, which we've already had, we had some gorgeous strawberry paper that we were able to get for free, believe it or not. And celebration will be happening again. And hopefully I put that stamp in there. Did I? No, I don't think I did. I think it's on the desk. This one here says hello. So I'm going to put the hello on this one. And I'm going to do it in, what color? Magenta Madness. And what's nice is our stamp sets all go right onto a clear block. So I like that. I don't have to have, when I first started, we had a lot of more wood. And that was a kind of a pain to store all those wooden cases, and they were all different sizes. Now, everything makes it nice and neat. They're the size of a CD case. We all remember CDs. And I was able to purchase a rack to hold mine like a CD would. And all I need, well, this is the stamps that I'm using, and I'm using Hello There, which I think is adorable. I know the other one's going to show up. And it uses acrylic blocks. I do have some extra acrylic blocks that I've picked up along the way before I, became, the day I became a Stampin' Up! Representative was the day I met Stampin' Up! So, that day I needed to have it all right away and something to stamp with until my order came in, which actually only took a few days. I placed my order, figured out what I wanted, what I needed, but I wasn't waiting. I wanted to play right away. And I did it right away. So I have some products that are over 10 years old that I've had, like that small scoreboard. I do have the big one, but I find the little one works better underneath the camera here. And it says, hello there, very nicely. And here we go. That's going to glue on, and that's about it. So, I know you don't, let me see, how do I say this? I know this may be not the best video out there. It is my first video, and I would love to earn your business and have you subscribe to my channel, because I promise it's going to get better. It has to. Can't go up. It got to go up from here, right? That's that saying. And I just put in the hello, and I'll wrap this in a little cello bag or one of our clear envelopes, and I'll put the information like I had said on the back. And I put my lip balm in and my business cards. Now, if you're an Avon lady and you make these, you could also put a sample here and your business card and put more information about if you're growing a team or doing fundraising. You can put that on the back with an Avery. If not, you can cut another 2 by 3.5 inch piece of designer series paper and just make it pretty. But wrapping them up, especially right now, keeps it nice and clean. And they're easy to tuck in my own purse and pull out, because now I know they're clean, and the person sees that they're clean because they've been wrapped. And it shows you took a little extra effort by wrapping them. So whether you're at a Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru or food shopping or in Walmart trying to, get the kids some clothes for summer, you can throw these, give these out, don't throw, but throw these in your pocketbook and just pass them out. So I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have some really great, this is one of the items that I made that also I use for my business, and it says hello, and this is actually made for my sister. She loves purple, and I'm giving her a hand sanitizer. She's the one that goes and does the coffee run in the morning for us and brings coffee to our home. She's been doing that all year, and she needs extra hand sanitizer, and where it's purple, she'll love it. And I think that's great. And you can put your information on the back on another tag. This one here has a tag I haven't wrote anything on yet. And I'm just using easy peasy stuff from Stampin' Up. So that'll be another class, and that'll be probably my next class. And then after that I have purses I want to show you and gift baskets that I make, and I actually sell these. I do really well with them. So I thank you for your business, and hopefully you'll subscribe. My information will be down below. And thank you for letting me have in your time today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.